man, have you seen my...
You looking for these?
How did you know?
Come on, dude.
You're right.
Showtime!
Penny point! Whoopsie daisy, this team is ruining my life! Leafs! Click, click, click! Win! 3-2 in the crapshoot over the New Jersey Devils. And what are we going to talk about? Are we going to talk about Nazem Kadri's amazing game? Because we should. Talk about how James Reimer continues to play well? Because we should. Talk about Boz Lightyear coming to the rescue? Because we should. But let's talk about the anniversary of Daryl Sittler's 10-point game. Because we should. In case you missed it, excellent pregame ceremony. The Leafs have really stepped up their pregame ceremony game. I like it. They did a pregame ceremony for Daryl Sittler's 10-point game. One of the good NHL records that the Leafs actually hold. And it's such a shame for all the Leafs who perform well in this game because the first star of the game came before the puck was even dropped. They brought out Leaf legend after Leaf legend, ex-teammates, guys Daryl Sittler looked up to celebrate this great achievement. Daryl Sittler was even there, that makes sense. But the star of the show and the best attendee of that ceremony, Dave Reese. I don't know anything about Dave Reese except for one thing. He's the goalie who got lit up by Daryl Sittler for this record. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that was one of the worst nights of Dave Reese's life, at least professionally. And this guy showed up to a ceremony commemorating that thrashing of the Boston Bruins in a Boston Bruins jersey. Do you understand that was the last game of his NHL career and he showed up to a party celebrating it? I really cannot understate the awesomeness of that. Just holy smokes. Props to Dave Reese. First, second, and third star. We'll give whoever scored fourth, fifth, and sixth for this game. By the way, bad start. Things are going well. Things are going well. Hunwick over the glass. Devils score 11 seconds later. Oh, it's a patented Leafs first 5 minutes. But just over 4 minutes later, Sean Mathias, who the Leafs have taxed with the task of doing a James Van Riemsdyk impression for basically the rest of the season, scores to even up the game, just his fifth of the season, but it counts. And of course, P.A. Parent-Ovechkin getting an assist on that, and Tyler Bozak. No goals in the second period, so we can skip to the third, but before we do that, I gotta talk about someone. This player didn't get a point in this game, he didn't even shoot in the shootout, but he was key for the Leafs. The Leafs, who, by the way, miraculously outshot the Devils 39-34. Why do I say miraculously? Well, the Leafs spent a garbage amount of time in the penalty box in this game. They took 6 minor penalties. And oh, it was great variety too. Hunwick for puck over the glass, Polak for holding, Sean Mathias slashing, Frankie Corrado interference, Parento, too many men on the ice. Well, okay, that doesn't really count towards him. And Grabner for tripping. Wow, you managed to get 6 completely different minors. That's actually hard to do. 4 of those minors came in the second and third period alone. Now, the Leafs would have had 4 penalties to the Devils 0 if it weren't for someone. Hi, everyone. It's so good to see you yet again. God, I'm so good at this. I'm Nazem Kadri Bob Ross, and I draw penalties like a freaking wizard. All right, so what did we learn last time, like 2 seconds ago? First, you draw yourself and you give yourself sunglasses because sunglasses are... That's right, you're getting good at this. They're dope. All right, so you give yourself sunglasses, shade that in, give yourself, a realistic body, jack biceps, stuff like that. Jack, yeah, okay. Super jacked, pecs, lots of abs. Those are what abs look like. There's your serious face, so people know you're about that life. And people were criticizing last video that I skipped leg day. We know that's not the case. I just didn't want to make you insecure. Those are legs. Alright, so there's you. There's Nazem Kadri Bob Ross. And what we're going to do is we're going to draw tonight's we won't say victim. We will say tonight's whiteboard. Because you drew all over him. You drew so many penalties. So, we're going to draw Adam Henrique. Now, you might be like, that's not what Adam Henrique's body looks like at all. Well, I tell you what, you drew 2 penalties against him, so that makes him a silly goose. Now, first, you drew a holding call. So that's when he wraps his wings all around you. And then the other one, we're going to do this one in red. to show just how bad it is. Interference. So you don't even have the puck. You're just standing there, minding your own business, being jacked, and he hits you. That's a penalty. And you drew it because you're a freaking penalty drawing wizard. Whenever you think to yourself, come on, Steve, penalty differential really isn't that important of a stat. Think of where the Leafs would be without this guy. The answer is on the penalty kill for half the game. So, about 6.5 minutes into the third period, David Schlemko with a blast through traffic. You can't see me. You can't see anything. It's 2-1 for the Devils. Joseph Blandisi, by the way, getting a secondary assist on that goal. Now, looking at the box score on MapleLeafs.com, it must be broken because it says Blandisi played 18 minutes and 53 seconds. I'm pretty sure he played 65. Does that ever happen to you? You ever watch a game and go, has that guy left the ice? For me, that was Blandisi. Anyway, just over 2 minutes to play and the goalie has been pulled. And unfortunately, you know, even though they have the extra attacker and they pulled him kind of early, the Leafs just aren't going to win this game. They're not going to tie it up. No, it can't be true. I could tie if I wanted to. Bozy wins the faceoff. Pass from Pistol Pete, and guess what? Boz Lightyear to the rescue. And you might think, hey, Bozak just tied the game. That wasn't tying. That was falling with style. Game goes to overtime. That solves nothing. So it goes to the crapshoot, and Bozak doesn't score there. And darn it, that would have been the perfect ending, wouldn't it? But parental, that's goodness. That shot, someone send Keith Kincaid a get well soon card. Oh my goodness. And Reimer, yeah, you kissed that glove, buddy. Leafs win, and let me show you something that was on Sportsnet last night. Ha ha! We made it! Now, a bunch of you last night, with good intentions I'm sure, started frantically tweeting me that Sportsnet stole Boz Lightyear from me. First of all, you know I work there, right? Yeah, well, they gave some other guy credit for it. Yeah, Ian, I know him. He contacted me before the game saying, hey, watch the pregame because there's going to be something cool. And then I saw it in the pregame and I'm like, that was cool. Thanks, Ian. And then Bozak had an amazing game. Boz Lightyear literally came to the rescue with the game-tying goal with the goalie pulled, so they used it in the post-game show because that's amazing and totally appropriate. Go ahead and do it. Let's stop focusing on the negatives. Instead, let's focus on the fact that we, as in myself and all of you, got a panel on Sportsnet to make a Toy Story reference before and after a Leaf game. Follow your dreams. So in grade 2, when I was goofing around not paying attention because I was playing with my Woody doll on my desk, I wasn't goofing around, I was just practicing for my future. Question of the game, Tyler Bozak started the season so hot and he has been so cold lately with the exception of this game. Which version of Tyler Bozak do you think is closest to who Tyler Bozak actually is? The really hot one to start the season or the one we've seen the last 20 games or so. That's it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. Highlights down below, as well as the brand new Panago Pizza Steve Dangle podcast. To infinity and beyond. You bunch of silly geese.